Catch up on all the live shows right here on africatechradio.com.
Today, recognize and embrace your uniqueness. Being a black woman, being a woman in general, means that you're going to have a unique voice. It's important that you embrace that. Welcome to Tony's Tech Side. I'm here every weekday from 9 a.m. West African time till midday. Yes, we'll learn a tech word today. We'll dig deep into the rubbles of history to find precious jewels of knowledge to launch us into the future, and then share the most important and juiciest tech stories impacting Africa to keep you informed. You can share your stories with the rest of us on WhatsApp. Text or send a voice note on 0913 558 1766. Add +234 if you're texting from outside Nigeria. Wherever and whenever you listen from, this episode is dedicated to women. I'm saying take one step at a time. Yeah, we will all arrive. As we celebrate International Women's Day, 8th of March every year. It's a global day, a day where everyone in the world celebrates the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. The day also marks a call to action for accelerating women's equality. And this day has occurred for well over a century, with the first IWD gathering happening in 1911, supported by over 1 million people. Today, it's not just a sectional thing. International Women's Day belongs to all groups, collectively, everywhere. And it's not just for a country, for a group, for an organization. No. It's for everyone. And the theme for International Women's Day 2023, IWD 2023 hashtag is digital. Now you see how this just works in line with what we do. Yes, and by digital, I mean digit and ALL in caps, not DIGITAL, double L. Innovation and technology for gender equality. This theme is aligned with the priority theme for the upcoming 67th session of the Commission on the Status of Women, usually called the CSW 67, Innovation and Tech Change and Education in the Digital Age for Achieving Gender Equality and the Empowerment of All Women and Girls. Why is this important? Why are we celebrating this? Now, from the 1st of March, right here on Africa Tech Radio, we have been talking about getting more women into gender equality, right? Equality in the tech space, from the corporate world to getting girls into STEM, to scaling a career in a tech path that you have found yourself, or to finding your career or your path, right, in the tech space, and transitioning successfully from a non-tech to a tech role, to generally just ensuring that we use digital tools and technologies to promote gender equality, to ensure that opportunities as bountiful for the female folk as they are for the male folk, and it's not lopsided, because as it is right now, last I checked, not up to 40% of women as of 2020 had access to the internet in Africa. Yes, you're looking, you're like, what, really? Yes. So we need to ensure that these digital technologies and tools are not excluding more women. At the end of the day, when we have men in, places, making decisions, remember that the women will raise the children if you leave the children or raising of children to just them. And if they're not as informed as you are, I'm talking to men now, then it means they're raising children that will not be as informed and meet up to the scope of things, how things are, right? So we need to put as much effort into the female folks, from when they're girls to when they become ladies and women, right? As much effort into everyone as possible. And that's the only way we can close that gap, because there is a digital gender divide and we need to close that gap. And until we close that gap, we cannot say that we have actually done a good job. See, in case you did not know, technology is too important to leave women out. I say that again. Technology is too important to leave women out. So from me, Tony, to every woman out there, I say happy International Women's Day. And from me to every man out there, I say happy Women's Day, but don't just say it alone, act it. Welcome to Tony's Tech Side. We get into the music, but trust me, today dedicated to women. All the songs I'm going to play on my show today will be female-led songs. Omaomi in the music.
Africa Tech Radio.
Your plug for all things tech.
I love you. I think that's how it ends. Okay, happy Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day. As we dig into the rubbles of tech today, in the year 1955, 8th of March, lead programmer Doug Ross demonstrates the first permanent set of instructions for a computer on MIT's Whirlwind. In essence, this is the first concept of an operating system director loaded by paper tape. Director, that is the first concept of an operating system, would allow operators to load multiple problems in Whirlwind by taking advantage of newer, faster photoelectric tape reader technology and eliminating the need for manual human intervention in changing tapes on older mechanical tape readers, so it just loads it by itself. And then this day, 1979, Philips introduced the compact disc to the world at a press conference in Eindhoven, Netherlands. Sony and Philips cooperated to standardize on a 12 centimeter diameter disc, as it would have enough audio data capacity to hold Beethoven's 74-minute Ninth Symphony. And getting into the word for today. Okay, so this is dedicated to Nigerians, especially because we've had a lot of recently issues that have to do banking issues, right? Banking apps, telco, all of those infrastructure issues. And one word today that I heard this week, and I was like, yeah, this word. Someone told me, I don't know, I need to go to the bank for my token and things like that. So I was like, token, yeah? Let's talk about token. Not a token as in I'm giving you a token of something. No, it's not that kind of token. Token. Okay, now when I say I mean token, you're like, yeah, what do you mean? Like, you just said token, you're not saying what you mean. A token is a sequence of characters that represent a single unit of meaning. A set of characters that represent a single unit of meaning. In the context of large language models, tokens are used to represent individual words or subwords in a text sequence. Now, the process of breaking down text into individual tokens is called tokenization. So you hear that often when you're in the fintech space. You hear tokenization. It's a process of breaking down text into individual tokens. In natural language generation, tokens are used as inputs to make it easier for the machine learning model to learn about all the relationships that exist between the elements in a text sequence. This allows the model to process text in a way that captures both the structure and the meaning. And in networking, the word token has a totally different meaning. It's a special frame that is passed from node to node around a ring network. When it gets to a node that needs to transmit data, the node changes the token into a data frame and transmits it to the replacement. Okay, so when the sender node sends the node to the next node, the node reads the address. If that node is not the intended recipient, it sends the data to the next, and so on and so forth. Finally, when the recipient node reads the data and knows that it is the recipient, it takes the data and sends the token back to the sender's address with a message indicating that the data was received. Now, the token is then sent around the ring again until it reaches the sender or the bearer of the token. After using the token, a node releases it back into the network so that other nodes will be able to use it. Although token ring transmission seems to be a slow process, users rarely notice it because data communication occurs quite rapidly. And this is trying to explain most times the thing that you have in your hand, and you say, oh yes, my token. Yes, so explaining that. I hope you've learned a little. They say a little drop makes a large ocean. So you can look at all the Tony's Tech Side, all the episodes, and pick up from those episodes one word. And I'm sure when we're done with this journey, you would have a bag full of tech words that you can use everywhere. Time, they say, is money. But at the same time, right? At the same time, time is what is needed to make things work. Simi Ayamasiko. Ladies, women, let's all just take time.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to catch up on all the live shows right here on africatechradio.com.